very good morning and salam satu Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darusman, Deputy Secretary General of Policy and International Ministry of Human Resources, Malaysia. His Excellency Declan Kelly, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia. Yang berusaha Ms. Ng Wan Peng, Chief Operating Officer of Multimedia Development Corporation. Yang berusaha Mr. Khor Sun Keng, Founder and Chief Executive Officer of T-Circle, Sendirian Berhad. Yang berusaha Puan Murni Binti Bujang, General Manager of Human Resources Development Fund. Yang berusaha Mr. Lee Hui Singh, Chief Financial Officer of T-Circle, Sendirian Berhad. Yang berusaha Puan Jasmine Begum, Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs of Microsoft Malaysia. Esteemed speakers and panelists, conference delegates, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talent Development Summit 2014. We are indeed honored to have with us Yang Berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darusman, Deputy Secretary General of Policy and International Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia this morning for our first Talent Development Summit. Before we move any further, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Khor Sun Keng, or Mr. SK, the Founder and Chief Executive Officer of T-Circle, Sendirian Berhad, on stage to deliver his welcoming remarks. Please welcome.
Yang berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darusman, Timbalan Ketua Setiausaha, Kementerian Sumber Manusia Malaysia, His Excellency Mr. Declan Kelly, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia, Yang berusaha Ms. Ng Wan Peng, Chief Operating Officer Multimedia Development Corporations, Yang berusaha Puan Murni Binti Bujang, General Manager of PSMB, as well as Yang berusaha Puan Jasmine Begum, Director of Corporate Affairs, Microsoft Malaysia, esteemed speakers and panelists, conference delegates, as well as friends from the media industry. Thank you very much for spending your time with us this morning. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all of you here to attend the first Talent Development Summit 2014 with the theme of linking technology and talent for the business success. By having Yang Berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darusman, Timbalan Ketua Setiausaha from Kementerian Sumber Manusia, means a lot to us. This means that talent development is a great deal to the ministry as well as to the nations. Allow me to share with you, there's only one word to describe my current feeling. That word is the same word I used to describe when I was back, it was back in 1998, when I was about to witness the completions of my first mega airport projects. That was the completion of KLIA. That one word is excitement. We have planned, conceptualized the Talent Development Summit, and today is our opportunity to deliver to all of you. Allow me to take you through 3 observations over the last few years of the research. There are 3 reasons why you are here, as well as I want you to take home 3 ideas. How can we together able to transform the talent management through technology? Over the last few years, we have observed talent management is no longer an HR issue. Talent management is today's every manager's issues. Why? Because the impact of globalizations, the global financial crisis has created a situation doing business, the business complexity has increased. Whenever the business needs to expand, they need to look for the right people at the right time for the right jobs. The next observations we have noticed, talents today is borderless. If you equip with the right knowledge, right skill set, right experience, right certifications, you have options to choose. Where do you want to work? Which organization do you want to work? So the questions to HR community in this particular hall, have you explored the usage of technology to identify who are these people in the global talent pool? Have you used technology to assess them? Have you used technology to maintain them? Have you used technology to retain them? Ladies and gentlemen, we have also observed the world of the internet as well as the mobile devices started to emerge to form a new model for the talent space. The question is, do you know what is that new model? Are you ready to welcome that new model to come and work to resolve the HR issues out there? The founding members of T-Circle comprise of combination of 80 over years of experience in technology as well as talent management experiences. Over the last 25 years, we have seen technology has been successfully conceptualized, deployed from A for accounting, B for banking to finance, from telecommunication to aviation industry. However, technology for human capital, technology for talent development is still have a lot of room of opportunities out there. We believe with our combination of years, before we retire from the technology sector, before we retire from our training background, we can contribute to the nation building by helping to transform the talent management through technology. There are three reasons why we organize this conference. First reason is we want to create the awareness to tell the HR community technology today is much more friendlier than you thought. Technology today is more accessible, and technology is actually more economical right now, especially with the introducing of software as a service, especially the introducing of cloud computing. The second reason why you are here, because we want to create a platform for the HR community to talk among yourself what are the experience and lesson learned when you deploy technology to overcome HR issues. And we want to create a platform for the technologies to work with the HR community to overcome some of the talent management issues as well. Last but not least, this is a message, it's a wake-up call for trainers, training communities in this particular room. Technologies has evolved. Have you yourself as a trainer? Today, there are many knowledge, experience, data, informations, literally available on the internet, free of charge. How can you still make yourself relevant as a trainer in this ever-evolving industry? To achieve this, obviously, we have a lineup of excellent speakers, from someone going to talk about gamifications to talk about bring your own device and how is it going to make it work to solve your HR issues. An International Talent Development Summit cannot be possible with the collaborations of many strategic partners. I would like to thank Ministry of Human Resource, PSMB, and MDEC. Your strategic partnerships has made us much more confident that the vision and the missions of T-Circle is something achievable. MSc PMP Circle, Hardy Consulting, ATSC, you have been a great supporter for this event. And I must mention, we have a very generous organizations. Microsoft Malaysia have been very generous to take up the platinum sponsorships as well as the lunch sponsorships. LP Cube Systems, as well as DTech and Berhad, thank you for your gold sponsors. Our great partners, Pepper Warrens, as well as PKNS Academy. It has been a great pleasure to work with you. Last but not least, organizing committees, your extra days and nights over the last few months, I definitely appreciate that. Allow me to share with you a secret. We have developed our own technology by the name of BITS Helper. BITS Helper has been successfully used and managed this particular talent development summit. And I will share with you more about BITS Helper in a couple of months' time when we officially launch it. I would like to end my welcoming remarks with 3 inspirational ideas. As a fellow Malaysians who have opportunity to live and stay back in overseas, many opportunities, but I still remember this is what I call home. I hope one day there will be one technology created to overcome the talent management. And that technology is coming from Malaysia. And hopefully one of them is coming from this circle. I hope one day the training industry can turn Kuala Lumpur to become the ASEAN learning hub in order to put our talent to be competitive, especially when the ASEAN's economy as a community started off in 2015. I hope one day, hopefully in the near future, as a fellow Malaysians, I can be on the international platform to tell the world, our people is our asset. Our asset is why we are success. If your international friends ask you why and how, you should be proudly to inform them because we invest in our talent and we invest in our technology. Thank you very much.
With great pleasure, we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darusman, Deputy Secretary General of Policy and International Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia, to deliver his speech and then officiate this particular summit called Talent Development Summit 2014.
Terima kasih saudara pengacara majlis. His Excellency Declan Kelly, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia. Yang Berusaha Ms. Ng Wan Peng, Chief Operating Officers, Multimedia Development Corporation. Yang Berusaha Mr. Khor Soon Keng, Founder and Chief Executive Officers of T-Circle Sinar Berhad. Yang Berusaha Puan Murni binti Bujang, General Manager Pembangunan Sumber Malaysia Berhad. Yang Berusaha Puan Jasmine Begum, Director of Corporate Affairs, Microsoft Malaysia. Esteemed speakers and panelists, conference delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning. On behalf of Yang Berhormat Datuk Haji Ismail bin Haji Abdul Muttalib, Deputy Minister of Human Resources Malaysia, I would like to convey his apology of not being able to attend this ceremony today due to Parliament session and also having an important bilateral meeting with a high-level delegation from Timor-Leste, meeting with the Yang Berhormat Prime Minister. Now, let me read the speech on behalf of the Deputy Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, before I begin, I wish to thank Mr. Khor Soon Keng, the CEO and founder of T-Circle Sinar Berhad, and his management team for inviting me to officiate the Talent Development Summit. Indeed, I'm happy to be amongst so many human resources community, practitioners, professional managers and delegates of this Talent Development Summit organized by T-Circles. It is yet another milestone in Malaysia's effort to ensure our human capital is well equipped to meet Malaysia's national agenda to become a more dynamic and competitive nation by 2020. I must also congratulate T-Circle for successfully organizing this Talent Development Summit, as there is no better time than now to look into how we can leverage technology for the critical growth of managing our talent. I believe today's Talent Development Summit is probably the very first summit of its kind in this ASEAN region. I'm happy to see that this summit is focusing on ways how technology can be harnessed to address human capital development. I am also happy to see that the founding members of T-Circle management have such vision and focus on these important issues. Malaysia, like most leading economies in the region, face a chronic shortage of highly skilled workers and talent, and still struggling to retain our best talent from leaving this country. More so since the region remains a hotbed of talent recruitment activities to fulfill the growing demand worldwide of highly skilled workforce. Ladies and gentlemen, the Malaysian government regards talent and skilled human capital as the nucleus of a knowledge-based economy. As such, we have taken steps to reform higher educational policy in both public and private sectors since the mid-1990s. The new challenges facing Malaysia offer possibilities not only to bridge the national digital divide, but also to position Malaysia as the fundamental to a South-South cooperation as well as a center of excellence internationally. Malaysian employers must be well prepared for this and must be equipped with the necessary technology to make a positive impact to the human capital development in the region. To achieve this, we must gain an upper hand over the nation, especially when the competition for talent has been stiffer in the region, especially with the introduction of ASEAN Economic Community by 2015 and the free flow of talent within ASEAN. The initiative is expected to transform the region into a zone of free movement of goods, services, investment, and skilled labor, as well as a freer flow of capital, making it a highly competitive economic region, fully integrated into global economy. Talent crisis is no longer a problem in the future. It is here and now, and it is threatening businesses' growth and economic prosperity. As the global business landscape continues to evolve, these challenges not only remain but intensify in many countries in this region. We are witnessing a huge shift of economic power and opportunities to emerging economies as businesses are looking for sustainable growth and their targets are more demanding than ever. Organizations have to rethink their talent pipeline and transform their human resource function to deal with new priorities and risks. The lack of sustained employee engagement, which could lead to staff retention, remain a key challenge for companies in Malaysia. Without sustainable engagement, talent retention continues to be a problem. And this is especially so for employees who do not have a clear understanding of their career growth and live for what they perceive as greener pastures. The Ministry of Human Resources recognized that the workforce represents an essential component towards achieving economic growth. With this understanding, the government has implemented various initiatives to cultivate Malaysia human capital talents in order to create specialists in key sectors of the economy so that we can boost productivity and ultimately contribute toward high-income economy. To meet the current and future demand, we aim to increase the proportion of our skilled workforce from 28% currently to about 40 to 50% by 2020. And the development of the large pool of local skilled workers is seen as a necessary step to reach a country goal of attaining US dollars 15,000 or ringgit 48,900 ringgit per capita income by 2020. We also see that the strengthening human resource management for SMEs play a critical role in supporting the country's effort to move up the global supply chain and becoming a high-income nation. Therefore, SME contribution to the Malaysian economic economy must grow at least 40% of the country GDPs, similar to New Zealand, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, and the USA. According to PSMB, there are currently about 14,000 employers who are contributing towards a Human Resource Development Fund. And in the future, there are potential of another 600,000 employers that may be liable to contribute to HRDF under the PSMB Act. For the current contributors to the Human Resource Development Fund, we appeal for them to fully utilize their fund by continuously retrain and upgrading the skill of their workforce. It is a norm in Malaysia now that employers look at the certification other than experience in order to promote their employees to higher positions. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, Malaysia had implemented a minimum wage policy on the 1st January 2013 in order to ensure that the basic needs of the worker were fulfilled. Currently, there are more than 150 countries, or more than 90% of countries in the world, has already implemented minimum wage policies. The minimum wage policy is ambitious to have an important role in addressing inefficiencies in the labor markets and in improving the social welfare of low-paid workers. The minimum wage policy is ambitious to be a positive step towards encouraging a fairer wage structure and in contributing toward the promotion of higher value-added economic activities and higher skills jobs. To achieve its objective, the policy is further complemented by other productivity-enhancing measures such as provision of training to upskill workers, improvement in the quality of education, and the facilitation of investment in automation and advanced technology. With government institutional support as well as proper supervision and enforcement, the minimum wage policy is well positioned to realize its goal. Given the advances in information technology have made it easier to acquire, to store, or to disseminate knowledge than ever before, many organizations are embracing IT to facilitate the sharing and integration of knowledge. The main role of IT here is to help people locate each other faster and communicate with each other better so as to achieve a complex knowledge transfer and other type of communication. And in this age of modernity, we must be willing to openly embrace technology and make it a part of our daily life by using any means to link technology and talent for success in the business. People are our most important assets. People determine the success or failure of businesses. However, do our managers themselves share the understanding that their knowledge too must be upgraded so that they themselves can perform their job responsibilities with greater efficiency? Having said this, organizations must adopt IT by going beyond the comfort zones and traditional ways of doing businesses. Technology has made the world a fascinating place to work in. Today, you can use your mobile application to perform most of your day-to-day tasks by reaching out to the marketplace to improve your in-house talents and employees. It is just a click away. Today, everything can be managed online, from payment right to the measuring training effectiveness. In this regard, I would like to commend T-Circle for their BizHelps technology, which will be launched sometime in June 2014. I would also like to urge PSMB and other agencies to consider allocating funds for talks, conferences, and activities that help create more awareness regarding the use of technology in overcoming human capital issues. Today's Talent Development Summit is the first step in this long journey. I will also encourage government link-up organizations to support this effort and to deploy homegrown technologies such as T-Circle BizHelps in their talent management so they can promote community building and sharing among workers. We have to create more awareness in the local human resource community and among policymakers, authorities, and even academicians that the technology for talent management and human capital development is now more affordable, accessible, and more user-friendly due to the advancement in technology such as software as a service. Early adoption of technology will help solve issues and manage challenges that organizations, trainers, and human resource community are facing. The summit is a good exchange platform to fellow human resource personnel to share not only their experiences, but the do's and the don'ts, and most importantly, the lesson learned when attempting to deploy technology into talent management and human capital development. I'm confident that the summit will also provide a great opportunity for trainers and training providers to explore what the new learning technologies are available for them, and so they can blend these successfully into their existing training program or to create new ones. We believe they can be an innovative approach for our training industry to uplift training services. It is my sincere hope that we as a nation can start to export our training services to others in the ASEAN region. I believe that soon we will be able to position Kuala Lumpur as the ASEAN training hub. Ladies and gentlemen, 21st century globalization poses distinctive HR challenges to businesses, especially those operating across national boundaries as multinational or global enterprises, especially in regional groupings such as the ASEAN. These developments are opening up new markets in a way never seen before. This emphasizes the need to manage human resources effectively so as to gain the competitive advantage in the global marketplace. To achieve this, organization requires a deeper understanding of the factors that determine the effectiveness of various HR practices and approaches. In the case of developing countries like Malaysia, globalization poses distinct challenges to the government, those in the private sector, and organized labor. These challenges must be addressed through a strategic approach to human resource management. Ladies and gentlemen, before closing, I would like to thank Mr. Khor for inviting me to such an auspicious event. The government, especially the Ministry of Human Resources, looks forward to more similar events in the future. I sincerely hope everyone will benefit from this morning event and subsequently be able to contribute to the betterment of the human capital and talent development in the country. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to declare the Talent Development Summit officially open. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much to Mr. Muhammad Sahar bin Darussaman as well as Mr. SK. Right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Encik Muhammad Sahar bin Darussaman, Deputy Secretary General of Policy and International Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia, as well as our VIPs to be in room bronze 4 right now, bronze 5 actually, right, for some refreshment.